All right, we're down about 40 points right now. A lot of this is in this crazy market these days. Now it's elevated to the fear of war, obviously, in Syria. But leave that out of the picture. I know easier said than done is these ongoing back and forths on trade with China, on this president revisiting the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and whether that's a sign. He can be very, very flexible on these things, which some of our panelists would welcome anyway. To bitter boomers, and we have them all here, Lizzie Wicked MacDonald. We've got Charlie Brady, our... they call him our stock setter. I call him our genius. That's what I call him. We've got Charlie Gasparino. I call him our thorn in the side. But I love him dearly. And last but not least, Leeb Capital CEO Steve Leeb, who I've been with and covered for decades. All right, so, Lizzie, I'm looking at the trade thing, and I'm thinking that throughout the week, actually the last 2 weeks, the better things look for trade and avoiding tariffs, the better it looked for the market, and vice versa. Will that continue to rule the tone?
Yeah, absolutely. It will continue to rule the tone. And I was always struck by why get out of the TPP in the first place, because there was a shot at having China being penalized for currency manipulation, and
we should
rules
explain
could have
the
been in place
Trans-Pacific
that,
Partnership, Asian nations against China, with us as the counterweight.
Correct.
And we pulled out.
And we pulled out. In other words, when you debase the currency, you make your products cheaper to sell into other markets. TPP maybe could have put a stop to that. So I think it's a smart idea for the president to step back in.
Right.
And you wonder if Larry Kudlow is behind that push to get back in.
Dr. Brady, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a lot harder to get back in than the president thinks. They went through, the other 11 nations went through 5 years of very contentious back and forth negotiations. And then last January...
Well, they're not going to turn us down.
Well, last January, when Trump pulled out, he basically left them all standing at the altar. Now he's saying he'll join, but it has to be on his terms, and terms that are very favorable to the U.S., and the other nations may not want to upset the
They might tell him to stick it then.
Yeah, they might. Listen, on one hand, it shows he doesn't know what he's doing with trade, getting out of that. I think it's pretty clear.
That's very true.
And these China tit-for-tat tariffs in China is not going to work. So then he gets back in it. So that shows that at least maybe he's listening to Kudlow, who I know wants the U.S. to be in the TPP. But it might be too little too late. It does sort of underscore what I've been saying, I think, a lot, that Trump is all bluster when it comes to trade, that he probably won't go the full Monty on a lot of this stuff. And the question is, I just want him to declare some sort of victory. Just say, we won, China said something nice about us, and then just not get into this tit-for-tat trade war.
I think
it's bad.
A lot of Trump's thinking from the beginning on, especially now, I believe it, has been to sort of draw a wedge between Russia and China. Insinuate the U.S. between that. And that's why he's been
I agree with that, by the way. That's a good point.
Up to very recently, he's been very kind. Then all of a sudden, he destroys this aluminum maker. I mean, wow. He just said enough's enough. It's not working. China and Russia are getting closer together. So now he's taking a different tact. And what you said, Lizzie, I agree with you. He should have branded China a currency manipulator.
What if it's working? What if the threat of tariffs, the threat of getting tough on them is working and getting... And I agree with Gasparino here that it depends what you come up with. But if that's getting them to come to the table, that's getting them to sound more conciliatory, then it might be working.
Yeah, it did sound like it was working, given President Xi's speech, right, where he was saying, yes, we're going to open up all sorts of markets.
By the way, he's done nothing since that speech.
No, that's correct.
And
in other words,
he's given that speech several times.
I like that.
And he's given it
You did this thing like he was talking.
But China plays the long game, right? President has...
extremely well.
What, 2 years to 2020? China is in it for they play the long game.
And he's dictator for life, this guy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Trump or dictator.
But he's in charge for as long as he wants to be.
Right. Yeah.
But I think what is happening is that if you watch it, I mean, and sometimes I'm like obsessive, and I watch. Really? Yes.
China.
No, yes. Okay. What I watch now is the yuan and gold.
And who doesn't? Sure.
And they are tracking each other.
That's interesting.
Incredibly well. If you look at a 52-week
as a counter to what
gold does, the yuan does. I mean, there might be a little bit of a lag, but if you look at, let's say, the 52-week average of where the yuan and gold are, it's almost a straight line. It has been by far.
So what does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that China is pegging their currency right now to gold. Period. There's no difference.
Why are they doing that?
I think because they want gold to enter the monetary system, and we're sleeping at the switch.
And take us out?
Not necessarily.
At a time when they're making fake gold, by the way.
I don't want to make any apologies
It's easier
for
to go
China.
to gold standard when it's fake gold.
I don't want to make any apologies for China. China is not looking to make the yuan a reserve currency.
Right.
But what they do want is not to have the dollar. They don't want any currency of any
that's
country.
fascinating.
And I think that would help us. I think it would help us. Our dollar's overvalued.
But
if
maybe
the yuan
we don't.
goes up, I think that's
Let me
great
switch
for
gears
us.
a little bit, guys. Maybe we don't need a lot of help, right? We've got earnings that are going to kick off. They look strong thus far.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a very strong quarter. The first one that will test how companies have dealt with all this tax, manna from heaven. Now, how do you see it sorting out?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of focus on the guidance from companies when they report earnings and on the conference calls
What are you getting
afterwards.
thus far?
I think so far, as you said, the impact of the tax cuts is going to kick in.
Are they all crediting that for the big numbers?
It's mentioned in just about only a few companies have reported so far, but it's been in every.
The banks will like the higher interest rates too, won't they?
Right.
They will.
Yeah,
Yes,
but you know what?
with higher
Actually, you
interest
just mentioned earlier, the yield curve actually sank to the lowest in 10.5 years today, which is one of the reasons financial stocks were getting hit.
Getting
that's
banks
interesting.
too.
Net interest
Why is
margins
that?
So the
shrink.
gap between the 2-year, which is rising,
Right.
that's narrowing. Typically, that could presage a slowdown, right?
Yeah, that's another
Yes,
concern.
So do you worry about that?
A recession? No.
How about just
not
a
right now.
slowdown? Because wouldn't that be greeted favorably if it means the Federal Reserve can't hike rates?
Yes, it would, yes.
Yeah, but there's a counter. If we do have a slowdown, when you just basically cut taxes this much on the corporate side, you could have much higher deficits. That will lead to much higher interest rates. That's, I think,
That's a good point.
that's the real danger, I think, with this tax plan. And I'm for it. I think we should normalize our tax rates against the rest of the world. I don't like the individual side. I think that's insane.
Really? I haven't heard that
But yes, I mean, getting rid of my SALT taxes, I'm just so,
Right.
I'm going crazy about that. My deductions, I should say. But if you don't get that 3.5% GDP growth, what does that do to the deficit? It blows it out, right?
Right.
And then you got to sell more debt. Then interest rates go up. And you
Just
do
this
get a
week,
recession.
The CBOE predicted a 3.3% GDP growth this year, which would be
that's
the
good.
highest since 2005.
That's great.
So if you
Have
do
they
have
ever been right?
No.
Well, we won't get into that, but
Yeah.
no, but
Sometimes.
that's the forecast, and
What happens if it's 3, which is probably a more realistic number, 2.9?
I think it's gotta
is
be
that
as long as
throw things
inflation
off?
doesn't tick up enough that the Fed has to be more aggressive than the
Mick
markets
Mulvaney says
expect.
you got to get 3, at least 3, to even make any sort of marginal impact on the deficit. You got to get 3.
Above 3, yeah.
And if it's above 3, it's better, obviously. But you got it. That bogey has to be 3. If you notice, under Obama, we never really had 3, and we had spurts
Maybe
of 3.
one quarter.
Yeah.
Right? But that is a key bogey, and they're banking on this tax plan doing it. And I think it will happen. But if it doesn't, that's going to be a real problem. And next year, you do have an individual tax increase, by the way, when they totally get rid of the SALT deductions. That will be a problem as well.
Well, I think that what will help, and again, I come back to it, is if the dollar goes down a little bit, okay? Not lose its reserve currency stature or anything like that, but if it goes down, that could really help our GDP. It's clear.
You saw it,
I
Steve
mean, we've
Mnuchin.
sort of been, the
Steve,
consumer
what
for the
country ever
world.
devalued its way to prosperity,
What?
though? I don't know one nation.
right.
that ever
We're not
devalued its way.
devaluing.
about 50%
We're
of the
overvalued
GDP
right now,
number anyway.
Charlie.
So where
We're
do you
way
see the dollar now?
overvalued. That's why we have such a big deficit, because our
All
dollar
right.
is so expensive.
the
Bring it down a little bit to a fair value. That's all
Ralph
I'm
is saying we got to go. He's
Yeah.
a little nasty when he's hanging out.
He is. You're testy, a little testy there.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
You
I
for,
didn't mean to be
No, I wanted you to get that Juan Gold thing
but
out
you're
there. I'm
right.
glad
You
we
don't-
did.
I'm not talking
All right,
about
guys.
devaluation.
Thank you. That's so good. You can talk during the break.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Charlie,